conversation here with the family. Maria's going to give some more slicing and dicing in her report, but I want to sort of share with you the things that are in my head and my heart as we stand here post-election. I mentioned a minute ago that it used to be just Ed Pastor, and I just found out that Paul Newman is here, and I think it makes more sense to go ahead and recognize him and have him come up, and I'll continue with my remarks in a minute. Our other formerly extinct species, now Corporate Commissioner to be, Paul Newman.
Real honor to be here. I just was coming up from Bisbee, and it took me a little longer to get up here, so hope you excuse me for being a few moments late. It is an amazing victory for the solar team, and everyone in this room helped, and I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you very much. We're in a transition in Arizona. We're not sure exactly what the governor's going to do, but if I had my gut talking, you know, she'd do the duty for her country and go to Barack Obama's cabinet. It was an amazing night in many ways because, as everyone in this room knows, despite mammoth efforts by the party, the Republicans just had a big get out the vote effort, and there was proposition on the ballot to push that, and that's the way the night went. But the anomaly, it wasn't such an anomaly, was that the solar team really did win. We really did win on election night. It was independents, it was Republicans and Democrats, but it was really the theme that Arizona needs clean and renewable energy, and we should be the solar capital of the world. It resonates because it's true, and there are going to be very good things going on in Washington. Henry Waxman, Congressman Waxman from Los Angeles, was a very good friend of mine. I met him in Jerusalem 12 years ago and have remained very friendly over the years. He was just made chairman of the Energy Committee in Congress. That's a very good sign for clean energy in the United States, and actually to make the United States a world leader in clean renewable energy. And let's hear from Henry Waxman. He's an incredible guy. I wanted to say a word about Sam. Many of you don't know Sam George, but I want to tell you he's a political genius, and he should get a lot of credit for what happened on election night. It was hard to buck the trend and get Democrats to win statewide. I know this for a fact. 10 years ago, I ran for this very same office, and I lost by 3,000 votes out of approximately 1 million votes cast. And I know how that can be, and I wanted to talk about Sam a little bit today because he really drove us together, Sandra and I. He helped make the glue of the team stay together through some very difficult times. And I know what it means to lose by 2,000 or 3,000 votes out of 1 million votes cast. For Sam, and I wanted you to have some sympathy for him today, he lost by around approximately 2,400 votes out of 5 million votes cast. That's how close the solar team came to a clean sweep, but to turn the ACC blue. Under the law that was 10 years ago, that would have been an automatic recount. But somebody in the legislature or Secretary of State's office decided in their divine wisdom to make the cutoff for automatic recall 200 votes, only 200 votes out of 5 million cast, which is an incredible obstacle to overcome, and Sam would have to pay probably $500,000 to have a recount. That's too much for anyone to ask. So even though I know for a fact there were mistakes in the election system, because I actually was a county supervisor, still am a county supervisor in Cochise County for 2 terms, there are mistakes in the system. 2,000 is probably still an overcomable amount, but because of the law, Sam is not able to really challenge that. But that is how close we came, And I want to pledge to you, one of the things, Alan Stevens, who many of you know, the governor's former chief of staff, is the head of my transition team. And he's just a fantastic guy. He used to be president of the Senate. He was the head of a think tank, the Center for Western Progress, which dealt with these very same energy issues that we're going to be dealing with at the ACC. He's very knowledgeable. He was the governor's chief of staff for 6 years and in the legislature for a long time, and actually was an official in the Clinton administration for 8 years as well. So he's a real good person for me to make this transition to build what I would call a working majority on the ACC. Many of you know or may not know that Chris Mays, who was the governor's appointee, former press secretary, is a moderate Republican. She cares about solar issues. So even though Sam may not have made it all the way through, I think the universe has provided us with, I'm hoping, a working majority on the ACC to bring solar to Arizona. So let's hear it for that. We have a hope. And I'm going to close with this. I've known many of you over the years. I started around 21 years ago when I first came to Arizona and worked on Bruce Babbitt's presidential campaign. And I came down to Southern Arizona to practice law and became a state legislator in Bisbee and then a county supervisor in Bisbee. And one of my pledges to you, I'm working on it right now as part of my transition, I'm going to attempt to stay in Southern Arizona and represent Southern Arizona and rural counties. There should be at least one of the 5 commissioners concentrating on that. I'm still working on the rules with regard to that, but I think that needs to happen. And so if it can happen, I'm going to make it happen. And I promise you that we will get to clean alternative and affordable energy as soon as we can possibly get there. Thank you very much.